So far, we've done the first two steps of the data science workflow. We've come up with a question, which is how is Ali Wong's comedy routine different than everyone else's? Number two is we've gathered data and we've cleaned it, and we've put it into some standard formats for NLP. And for this video, I'm going to be going through exploratory data analysis. So the input into this step is data in that standard format, so either as a corpus or as a document term matrix. And what we're going to do during this step is we're going to summarize the main characteristics of the data. What that means is we want to take a look at the data and see if the data makes sense or if there are trends in the data at all. And if you remember from a previous example, this is actually typically done using visual techniques. So in my example earlier, I had a table of data, but I put it into a scatter plot like this, so you can figure out if there are any trends immediately in the data. And with that example before, we saw that, yes, there was this upward trend. So now the output of the EDA step is to, first of all, find these trends, and then second of all, get comfortable with your data and see if it makes sense. So before I move on to any fancy data science techniques, I always make sure I do EDA first. Okay, so let's dive into EDA. So again, my question is, how is Ali Wong different from other stand-up comedians? And some ways that you can think of to explore this data right away is maybe looking at the top words that she uses versus other comedians. You can also take a look at her vocabulary. Does she have a small vocabulary, a big one? What about other comedians? And finally, I'm going to look at amount of profanity. So originally when I was doing this analysis, I didn't think that profanity would be such a big part of stand-up comedians and their routines, but it did end up being a big part, which is why I've included it here. Okay, so let's go through the steps of how to do EDA for each of these questions. The first thing I'm going to do is look into top words. So what are the top words of every comedian? And the first thing I need to figure out is which data format should I be looking at to figure out top words? Should I be looking at a corpus or should I be looking at a document term matrix? So there's my corpus, and there's my document term matrix. Now that you've gotten comfortable with these, you probably know that this document term matrix would be perfect for this situation because I already have for each comedian all of the words that they use and how often they use those words. So now that I've gotten the data, the next thing I need to do is I need to aggregate that data in some way. So how can I aggregate this data to find the top words? Well, for each comedian, I can select the columns that have the largest values. And now that I've aggregated them, the next step is to visualize this. So let's say we found the top 30 words for each comedian. How could we visually communicate this? Well, we could maybe create a bar chart, or in this case, I've created some word clouds. And then finally, what are some insights we can get from this? So now that I have a bunch of word clouds, I can visually answer a few questions. Does the data make sense? And does further cleaning need to be done? And then also, what are some initial findings in how the comedians are similar or different? Okay, so those were the 4 steps of EDA: data, aggregate, visualize, and insights. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow these EDA steps for all 3 of the questions I've had here. So what are the top words for every comedian? What does the vocabulary look like for each comedian? And what is the profanity level for each comedian? And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to use visualization techniques. So I'm going to use the word cloud library to create word clouds in Python. And then I'm also going to be using matplotlib, which is a standard data visualization library in Python. So to summarize this section before I go into the code, the input into EDA, the EDA step, is data in a standard format. So for NLP, that's going to be a corpus or a document term matrix. And then for EDA, I'm going to summarize the main characteristics of the data using the 4 steps here. And then finally, the output to EDA is just getting comfortable with my data and seeing if it makes sense. So let's walk through this Jupyter Notebook. Again, you can find all of my code on GitHub at a dash of data. All right, so here's the EDA notebook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer these 3 questions that I've listed out. And first, I'm going to start with most common words. So to do this, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in my data from my previous notebook. So if you remember from the data cleaning step, I pickled my data, which means that I've taken that data and I've saved it so that another Jupyter notebook can then read that data. And you can see that here. I've read in my document term matrix, and now I have every single document. You have every single document and every single word. And I've transposed it in this case to make my next steps a bit easier. Okay, so again, my goal is to find top words here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the top 30 words said by each comedian. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to create a dictionary. And every key in my dictionary is going to be a comedian. And then every value in my dictionary are going to be their word, a word, and how many times they say it. And then I'm going to sort all of that. So now I have for every comedian this word, how many times they say it, and this is their most frequent word, their second most frequent word, and all the way down. And here I'm going to print the top 15 words said by each comedian just to get an idea of what it looks like. So as I'm looking through this, I see that there are still words in here that don't have much meaning. So even though I've gotten rid of stop words in my previous step, I think I can include a couple more stop words in there, especially words like or I'm and so on. So what I'm going to do down here is I am going to add words to my stop word list. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to see if looking at these top 30 words for each comedian, if a lot of comedians say those top 30 words, then I'm going to remove them. So these are all the top words said by the comedians, and out of my 12 comedians, all of them have like as a top word. All of them have I'm as a top word. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of them. And so I've created this list comprehension here that says if more than half of the comedians have these words as their top word, add it to my stop word list. So you can see that's what I'm doing here. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling in my data, I'm adding in some stop words. I'm going to recreate my document term matrix to remove those stop words as well. And I'm going to pickle it for later. So now at this point, I have my data set and I've cleaned it just a little bit further before going into EDA. And again, for this step, my goal was to figure out what are the top words said by each comedian, and can I show that in a visual way? And so I'm going to do that using word clouds. And so in this case right here, I've imported word cloud, and these are a bunch of parameters that you can tune within word cloud based on how you want it to look. And then in this point here, I'm going to actually plot it and create a subplot for each comedian. So if you see my plots here, this is what every comedian talks about. And at this point, this is when I found out that there's a lot of profanity in stand-up comedy, and so that's why I dig into that later. But the findings here where I found that Ali Wong says the S word a lot and talks about her husband, and then a lot of people use the F word, and more into that later. So that was the first EDA step I did, was I looked at top words and I created word clouds. The next thing I'm going to look at is vocabulary. So what I'm going to do here is I want to know, do some comedians have a bigger vocabulary than others? So I'm going to find the number of unique words that each comedian uses. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to look at unique words. Or first I'm going to look at all the non-zero items in the document term matrix. So that means those are words that are actually in a comedian's vocabulary. And then I'm going to find the count of those. And the way and then after that, I'm going to put it all into a data frame. And so then you get this. So I have it for every comedian. What's the number of unique words? All right. So here I have the number of unique words for every comedian. And you can see this person is pretty low and this person is pretty high. And then I decided to take it a step further and also calculate the words per minute of each comedian. So do they talk fast or do they talk slow? And the way I'm going to do that is I found the run times for every single comedy routine, and I added that as a column to my data frame. So I have every comedian, their unique words. I also have their total words that they used. Here are all the run times. And then the words per minute is just the total words divided by the run time. And then you can see this is how quickly they speak. Okay, so now that all this is in a table, what I'm going to do is I am going to visualize it in some way so that it's easier to interpret. And the way I'm going to do that is creating two different subplots. And you can see I have number of unique words and number of words per minute, or the speed at which someone speaks. And what I found is that in terms of vocabulary, this one on the left, Ricky Gervais and Bill Burr use a lot of words. Louis C.K. and Anthony Jeselnik have smaller vocabularies. And then for talking speed, these two talk quickly, these two talk slowly. And then Ali Wong, who is the person that I'm most interested in, is somewhere in the middle. So this was some EDA that I've done, but unfortunately there's nothing too interesting here for me to report. So now I'm going to move on to amount of profanity. Okay, so earlier I said that we'd come back to this because I just found a lot of profanity in the word clouds. And if you look at the most common words, you definitely see some profanity in here too. So I'm going to isolate just these bad words. And you can see here for every comedian, this is how many times they say the F word and the S word in their routines. And when I see two columns like this, it's perfect for a scatter plot. So here I'm creating a scatter plot. And you can see this is the number of bad words used in a routine. Here's the number of S words, and here's the number of F words. You can see Joe Rogan and Jim Jeffries. There's a lot of F words in their routine. Okay, so looking at this, I found that there are some people who swear a lot, but then there's also some people who have cleaner humor. So you can see here S words. Ali Wong uses the S word a lot. And what was really interesting is Mike Birbiglia actually has no profanity in his routines. And he's another comedian that I kind of like. And so you can see that maybe I like comedians that don't swear too much. So that was an interesting part of this EDA. Okay, so now we've done 3 types of EDA. And again, what was the goal for all this? It was to be able to take an initial look at our data and see if the results made basic sense. And my conclusion is it does for a first pass. It's not perfect, but especially for NLP, it's going to take a long time for you to be perfect and clean your data perfectly. And so I always try to do as little as I can at the beginning, and then I can always come back and make things better. So there's my life motto there, which is let go of perfectionism, especially when working with NLP. And here's some additional exercises for you as well. So this was the exploratory data analysis section. Next, I'm going to be talking about sentiment analysis.